Yo, 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 what's going on? All right, so we're gonna get right to it, man. The topic of this discussion is why brothers fail to make it. Number one thing is ownership. Okay, that whole thing sounded backwards, but I'll fix it though. Fuck it. All right, so one take anyway. I'm gonna change this title to ownership. Then again, now I'm gonna stick it to why brothers fail to make it. So it's a 9 to 5 job. To be honest, if you work in a 9 to 5 job, man, and it's just a job that people could get easily after graduation, or people with a GED could get it, and you don't have no skill that you're building or no trade that you're taking, you got to get out that mindset of thinking that you're going to work that job for the rest of your life. You got to create a new mindset. So what I'm saying is, you got to find a trade or find a skill and master it and apply that, and now put you in a good job. And then, even if you got a good job, from my reasoning or my perception, you got to have a content. You got to have a business. You got to have something to sell. If you don't have nothing to sell, you're going to go broke. Shouts out to Ramil Amir for saying that, because you're going to be a consumer. And the most important thing to me is time. I'll pick time over money any damn day. Of course, you need money to buy things and to outsource, and money buys happiness, literally. Don't care what nobody say. But time overrides all that shit. If you have time, instead of working a full day slave job and get paid $150 for that day, if you're able to make $150 in 30 minutes or an hour from a business or from content that you don't put on the internet and people are purchasing, that is passive income, and that helps free you from the slave job, because slavery did not end. It's modern day slavery. People are not getting up 5 or 6 in the morning because they want to. I mean, there's quite a few, but most people are getting up at 5 to 6 because they have to. As humans, we all evolved to to acknowledge time and to acknowledge currency and money. That being said, that we all have fallen for it. We all use money to buy things. We all have a job. We all rely on 10 o'clock p.m., 8 o'clock a.m. time to create the divine reality we living in, even though this is like the Matrix. So what I'm saying is that your main objective as a young brother, especially if you're a black young man, this could go for anybody who's actually in the hood or actually in poverty or don't got their own shit. But speaking for my brothers, if you wanted to make it out, you have to build content. You have to have a business. And not necessarily, when I say business, I'm not talking about no corporation, or not a corporation, but no law firm, or no trading building, or something that you walk into and you got like 8 employees and all that. A business could be digital. And what I mean by that, look, for instance, look at Say Cheese, look at AO Nation, look at the brothers, look at shouts out to Ramil Amir, shouts out to Hammer. I know y'all probably don't know these people, but I need to drop their links down below. But what I'm saying is, you could have a business online. It could be like, I could have like workouts, you know, intermediate or beginner workout course, put it on my website or put it on Patreon, find a way to display myself, show the value of myself, and have people go on my Patreon or website to purchase that course, because I show results. And I'm trying to be different by making my product more valuable to them. You help yourself by getting money so you can free yourself from the 9 to 5 job, and you help that other person so you can stay in shape, because health is key. That's just one example right there. So oh yeah, another thing, yeah, time is the main thing, but at the end of the day, another thing that's important is health, because But that falls in with time though. But if you don't have your health right, which is working out or eating right, you're gonna have a very short life, or you're gonna have a complicated long life. And what I mean by that is if you don't have right health insurance, or if you don't want to be having these doctor visits and being hooked up to IVs, I suggest you, especially you brothers, get off these drugs and keep your health, especially at a young age, because that down the line will deteriorate you. So that being said, and that getting out the way, you got to have something to sell. A business don't have to be physical; it could be digital. For instance, this channel that you're on, I have beats that I'm selling on there. Even though I have to update the links on some of them for you to purchase, but I have my own website also. But content could be anything. It could be a podcast. It could be what you drawing things. It could be you doing reviews. It's just we live in the era in society where stuff don't have to be physical no more. We live in a society when if you have a phone, an iPhone or a Samsung or whatever smart device, that is a billion trillion $1 million investment that you just did. Well, however much this costs, I think like what, 600, $800, however much your smartphone costs, that that thing you're holding in your hand right now listening to me, or that laptop that you're listening to me on, that could build generational wealth for you. That has all the knowledge and all the resources for you to be great in life. I know, I damn sure know that people who were living in the 1920s or even 40s or even 60s, hell, 70s, 80s, 90s, people who were living in that era will kill to have this resource that you have, this tool, which is a smartphone. So that being said, instead of going to the library, which I kind of recommend, I still do, you have a Kindle app where you could pull millions of books from the web and read on your phone. You have Google, DuckDuckGo, where you could type in any question or any information that you want to look thoroughly through. This phone keep like we live in a society where as Gen X or late millennials became very lazy. Very, very lazy. I even have a younger brother who damn near made 1 million views on a YouTube video, monetization of $100 threshold a month, but just stopped doing it just cause what the fuck. So it's very what I'm saying is very easy for you to be able to make profit or sell content. It don't have to be physical. You don't have to like buy shoes and resell it or make corn, grow stuff, which is good, and sell it. You could drop ship stuff. You could buy some equipment from China or whatever, package it up and sell it to somebody in America. It is so many ways for you to make money and for you to build a business. So there should not be no reason why you will be comfortable with working a 9 to 5 job for the rest of your life, especially if you're in my age bracket, late teens and late 20s or early 30s. I'll just say hypothetically from 17 to 32. I don't even want to say 32, 17 to 28. It should not be no reason why you don't have no content on the internet and at least getting it to the right people. So what's going to happen is I'm taking a new skill in IT as we speak, studying for it. What's going to happen is that technology is going to take over. There's going to be a lot of coding people, a lot of cybersecurity people, a lot of network penetrate testing people, a lot of a whole lot of technology people. And they're going to make the average person lifestyle very easy to the point where they have to lift a finger and everything comes their way. We see it right now. You could go on this smart device and you could click on a restaurant, order something, and have it delivered to your front doorstep. You even have to leave the damn house. That being said, IT people were able to create that app and computer software, the coding, the whole everything for you to be able to, for them to be able to run that app on this device for you to be able to get that order, that food delivered to your door. So what I'm saying is that behind the doors, IT people are putting in a lot of work to make the average person become lazy. So you could get with it or get lost. So if you want to be the consumer, the person where they catch Ubers everywhere, they use Uber Eats so you don't have to leave the house. They use Amazon so they get stuff delivered to their house. A person could live in their house and not have to leave at all because we got so much easy delivery stuff for us. Don't even have to go to the movies no more. Got streaming services, Netflix, Disney, everything. So what I'm saying is that technology is making the average person become very dependent and very lazy. The obesity rate is at an all-time high in America. Other countries are very laughing at us right now. So, once again, if you don't get on board, especially with the IT field, or picking up any skill, any knowledge that most people don't have to make you value, you will be a consumer and you will get left behind. It's like that Wally movie. I'm on my phone recording this. I wish I was on my laptop. I gotta get the right mic and device. I wish I could have pulled it up, but I think it's that movie Wally where they had all those people like cartoon riding around these machines, these little AI computerized like wheelchairs, and they were feeding them. They were letting them see TVs. They were giving them requests to do this and that, grooming them and everything, to the point where the average human just had to live, just had to breathe. And I believe on top of that, they had a device to help them breathe better. So what I'm saying is that technology is advancing to the point where the only thing that humans will have is consciousness. And that will soon be infiltrated. I'm not saying it's to scare you or nothing. Nah, I mean, it is what it is if you don't take action. But the movie The Matrix, living in a simulation, that's real. That's real life. And I'm not talking about the AIs attacking you and all that. I'm not in that conspiracy or whatever. I mean, it's happening in front of our eyes. But I'm talking about just the mindset. The average person wants to get entertained and don't want to work. Don't even want to work a 9 to 5 job, which I understand, but it's for the wrong reasons. They don't want to work a 9 to 5 job because they're lazy and not because they don't want to have a business. It's because they just want money to come to them. They're just leeching. So what I'm saying is that people are becoming lazy. My generation is becoming very lazy and intellectual lazy. So they watch CNN, they watch all these media outlets, and they don't take the willpower to look thoroughly into that information. They just get feed information whatever the media wants them, and their emotions is controlled by that. So what I'm saying is that not only my generation is getting lazy, but also getting dumber, lower emotional intelligence, lower intelligence. But you got a small percentage of my young generation that are the brains behind that whole situation. Who do you think create this device? Who do you think help run the right codings to get on that favorite Facebook or Instagram or live stream? Who do you think helped lay that whole format, that website down? set the security so you won't get your credit card information stolen when you log in on the banks. Who do you think created all that or helped, put that in motion? Tech people. So yeah, once again, I mean, this is like just me digressing off it. Hopefully this is a wake up call. I know this is my beat channel. I just wanted to talk about that. So before I get off, I'll say this. Do you want to be that person who gets angry when they wake up at like 6 or 5 in the morning to go to a 9 to 5 job, and at every chance they get, they be scrolling through TikTok or pressed over a girl or buying OnlyFans to look at girls? And that's another note right there. Just to digress on that real quick. These women are business. They use IG. I mean, they might not have their own platform, but with showing the bodies and all that, I'm not here to judge, but they got OnlyFans and they just getting money off you simps. Just straight getting money off. I mean, why not? Why not exploit that? So they're good. They got the support from the government and they got the support from you lames. That's a different topic. But yeah, what I'm saying is you gonna be that guy scrolling TikTok, looking at OnlyFans girls, or what else are we doing? Looking at a show on Netflix in group chats, laughing, creating memes, just being distracted, just drifting in life, just letting life live through you. Or you gonna be that person who's going against the grain and pulling teeth to get to where they want to get at, finding a purpose so they won't get left behind. Because as I'm talking right now, time is flying by. If you don't take advantage of your time, somebody else will. I guarantee you that. So once again, you gotta become your own boss. Don't get left behind. That's all I got. I see y'all. Peace.